Peace, assalamu alaikum, hotel, grand rising, praise God, what's up, what's happening, or whatever it is that you subscribe to. Y'all see I got my notebook in my hand. I've been working on some skits. I got a lot of things in the making. I got the fire up under my belt this morning, so I gotta get some shout outs right quick. Shout out to my cousin at Life With You. My cousin put me up on a lot of games this morning. He also a YouTuber and a truck driver. He put me up on a lot of games, plugged me in with a lot of people. Shout out to at CEO Tay. Shout out to robddatrucka. And shout out to BigSmokeGod from Pascagoula, Mississippi. I appreciate the love and support y'all showed me last night. Brought a lot of energy to my YouTube page last night. To get your boy into the algorithm. So yeah, I'm rocking with y'all guys rocking with me, and we rocking with each other. So today I'm gonna share a story. About my homeboy. I had a homeboy. My homeboy got robbed in prison. BDfolks robbed my homeboy. Now I'm not gonna say my homeboy name, but he's originally from Texas, but he moved to Mississippi. I think when he was like 16, 17, maybe 15. He was good at football. He was a quarterback. So we gonna call my homeboy, we gonna call him Pat. So BDfolks robbed Pat. We in Greenwood at the time. Now, let me give you the history on BDfolks. Now, I knew BDfolks from another prison, from Marshall County. BDfolks ain't his real name, but I'm not gonna use his name. He was a BD like me, so we just gonna call him BDfolks. Now, I knew BDfolks from Marshall County. Marshall County is a prison by Memphis, Tennessee. It's on the it's on the Tennessee and Mississippi line. Right outside of what they call the Whitehaven, but it's in Holly Springs, Mississippi, in that area right there. So BDfolks, he was known for carrying a shank, he was known for stabbing, he was known for robbing. He was just a wild boy. Now, in prison at this time, you ain't had that many BDs, but most of us, we carried ourselves in a certain way. We was all about standing on righteousness and this and that. But BDfolks, he wasn't like that. BDfolks was a real live gangster. Like I said, he was known for carrying the shank. He was known for poking people. He in and out of prison. So at this time, we in Greenwood, he had just came back to prison. I think he'd been back. At this time, we ran across each other. I think he had been back by the year. So yeah, I knew BDfolks from Marshall County. And he just so happened to come on the zone. We greet, what up, bro? You know how we do the handshake. But like I say, I know him, so, you gotta keep your eyes on BDfolks, because he really about that life. Now, my homeboy, Pat, I'll give you the backstory on Pat. Pat really ain't about that life. He not affiliated. He quiet. And I used to buy marijuana from Pat. Because when Pat graduated high school, like I said, he was a football player. That didn't work out, so he started selling weed. And he was selling a whole lot of weed. And as a youngster, Pat was older than me. As a youngster, I used to buy weed from Pat on the street. So I could pretty much know his character. He quiet. I mean, he was a player. Like he was a player. He was getting a lot of women. So that's Pat character. He really wasn't with no fighting and all that. He was a pretty boy, light-skinned cat, pretty boy. So that's the backstory on Pat. So we all on the zone together. BDfolks, Pat, I got some more homeboys on the zone. WAP. Now, I said I wasn't going to call real names, but WAP is the one person I'm going to call his real name. Cause WAP, that's my homeboy. Everybody know he crazy. Everybody know he throwed off, and I'm gonna drop a video about WAP today. But I got WAP on his own. I got another homeboy. I'm not gonna say his name. We're gonna call him Debo. And I got a story about Debo. I told a story about Debo. Yeah, the same dude in my story about being too woke got him choked. This Debo, that's my homeboy. Who was on his own? Lil Mike. Now Lil Mike, he not from where I'm from, but his daddy lived where I'm from, and his dad, he dead now, was married to my auntie. So y'all, dang, I shouldn't have said his real name, but yeah, Lil Mike, he on his own. Lil Mike, he out of prison now. So who was on his own? We got a couple homeboys on his own. And so BDfolks, he a gambler too. All he wanted to do was gamble. You know, he ain't had nobody sending him no commissary, so he do what we call living off the land. So if you don't know what living off the land is, that means you find your hustle in prison to put some food in your locker box. Whether you gamble, whether you work in the kitchen and you bring back food to sell, whether you wash clothes, whether you play cards, whether you bet on a football game, that's living off the land, because you ain't got nobody sending you nothing, so you gotta hustle to put some stuff in your, put some food in your locker box, because the prison food is straight up garbage. You do not want to eat prison food unless it's on a Thursday. I think it was a Thursday or Friday where they either serve hamburgers and fries or they serve chicken. Now 9 times out of 10, every prison you go to, they gonna serve that baked chicken every Thursday. Now, most people gonna go get that chicken, but a few people don't, like people who really have emotion. They ain't really gotta go to the dining hall to get nothing, because they gonna have people to bring them back stuff if you can pick up what I'm putting down. So yeah, boom. So BDfolks, he gambling one day, and he commercial break. BDfolks gambling, and he lost all his commissary. And he walking around mad at everybody. He'll talk to me, but he walking around mean mugging, mad at everybody. So I'm knowing, me being in prison at this time, I had been in prison probably about 6, 7 years, maybe 8 years. So I'm knowing when you got a person that's agitated, aggravated, and mad, especially if he just lost on a gambling table, or he just lost a bet on a football or basketball game, on his mind is a come up. That's all he thinking about. How he gonna come up? How he gonna put some food in his locker box? How he gonna put some money on his phone? And anybody is prey. Anybody is prey. Anybody that he see he can come up off of, that's what he gonna do. Now, I already told y'all my homeboy Pat, he laid back, he quiet, but Pat had emotion. He get commissary every day, every week. He getting visits, and I done told y'all, if you a person like this and you're not affiliated, and if you're not a stand-up guy, if you're not gonna stand up for yourself, you are prey. People consider you as food, and they are going to come eat once they see that you is not gonna hold up for yourself. Now, sure enough, that's my homeboy. I'm gonna say that for the end of the story. All right, so BDfolks, he lost all his food, so he trying to come up on me. So to make a long story short, some kind of way, BDfolks came up on some weed. He had a little bag of marijuana. He probably had about on the streets it'll be like a dime bag. But in prison, off a dime bag, you can damn near make $200 if you break it down right and you know what I mean, and you hustle right. Or you really can make more than that because you got guys in there who you know smoke. They probably ain't got nothing. They get something every now and then, and you give them some on the front side, and they don't pay you back when they say when they say they gonna pay you back, then you double up on them, or you triple up on them, or you quadruple on them, however you want to play them, especially if they a peon and they weak and they don't want to stand up for themselves. So that's another way, that's a come up. But BDfolks got some weed, and my homeboy Pat, he loved to smoke weed. Like I told you, he sold weed on the street, so he loved to smoke weed. So we on the zone, you know. And you know, me and Pat, we kick it. Like I said, I know him from the street. We kick it. He hooking us up. He hooking a meal up down there every night. He living good. He penitentiary bottom. But he weak. So Pat gets some weed from BDfolks on the front. Why he didn't buy it at that time, I don't know. But me being locked up long enough, and me knowing BDfolks, I'm already knowing that it's gonna be an issue with BDfolks and Pat. But in prison, even though that's my homeboy, like, you got to mind your business and you got to let people learn on their own. And then you trying to see if he's strong enough, because if he's strong enough and if he hold up for himself, then you're gonna ride with him. But if he ain't gonna hold up for yourself, then why am I gonna stick my neck out for you and you ain't gonna do it for yourself? See, I learned that when I told y'all the story about the dude with the life sentence tried to stab me in my chest, and I gave him that 2-piece. I gave him that 2-piece real quick, and he dropped the knife. But you know, I learned my lesson from that. You know, because the little dude, he caught PC after that, left me on the zone by myself. But you know, I wasn't scared. But anyway, I learned my lesson from that. Don't try to hold up for nobody that's not gonna try to hold up for themselves. Cause that shit can get you what the word that everybody using now? Unlived. In a penitentiary. Even in the streets, you know, you don't take it just depends on the situation. But this one of the situations I'm trying to see, is he gonna, because I'm knowing it's going to be something, because I know BDfolks, how you get down. I'm trying to see, is he going to hold up for himself? Now, if he hold up for himself, we got a lot of homeboys in the zone. We going to ride with him. Even though I'm a BD, and, you know, BDfolks, he BD, but I know BDfolks in the wrong. So, you know, we going to ride with him if he hold up for himself. So, boom. Couple weeks passed. What key? Why you just did knock on the door? So boom. Couple weeks passed by. And so now it's time, you know, BDfolks wanted money. And like I said, my homeboy make commissary every week, so I don't know why he just didn't pay it, you know, and got it out the way. Him not realizing and him not knowing, like, you know, BDfolks like to play these type of games. So now it's time for BDfolks to get his money. So BDfolks come to me, he like, hey man, say bro, I know that's your homeboy, but he owed me, he been owing me for a couple weeks, and he acting like he don't want to pay me. I need you to go over there and talk to him. So I'm like, hold up, BDfolks, I'm not getting in y'all business. My homeboy make commissary every week. Why you see him, why you just didn't go ask for your money? He gonna give it to you. It ain't like he trying to book on you, cause he ain't, you know, he ain't like that. So I'm like, I know you want some nonsense, bro. So you know what I mean? I'm gonna stay out of that. He like, all right. But you know, Stoke called tomorrow. And I'm letting you know now he need to come on with my money. I'm like, the man gonna give you the money. Like the man makes store every day. I mean every week. The man ain't tripping on that. He gonna give you the money. All right, I'm all right. Yeah, all right. So he walk off. So the next day, store call. Now on store call is like a Friday on the street. Everybody hyped up. You know, the people who making store, they saying that, you know, that what they call, I just got paid Friday night. Y'all know nothing about that. Y'all too young. Y'all young folk don't know nothing about that. So store call is like Friday. Everybody running around, crunk, especially the people who hustling and knowing they got something coming in, or the people who going to commissary. You got a lot of people that ain't going to commissary. I'm one of the ones. I didn't make commissary. I didn't call my people unless I really needed it. I didn't call my people and ask for nothing, because you know I'm gonna live out the land. I always been a hustler, even as a youngster. You know, just in blood. So I'm good. So I don't go to commissary, but I'm hustling to where I got people going to commissary for me. And what I mean is, and then you got a lot of guys that's like this in prison. If you hustling, no matter what you selling, weed, cigarettes, because they took cigarettes out of the system at this time. You selling weed, cigarettes, or whatever your hustle is, your customer, you can have a customer that go to the store every week, right? And so he owe you, so you fill out a commissary slip, like you going to the commissary, but you're not, and you give it to him, so he know this is what to put on his commissary slip. If you can pick up what I'm putting down. Or you can have some money sent to your customer book, and you fill out your commissary slip, depending on how much. I think we was getting like $60 a week, $80 a week. I can't remember. Depending on how much, how much you getting. You fill out the commissary list, you give it to him, he put his name on it, he can go, get the commissary and bring your commissary. So everybody crunk, everybody hyped up, everybody got their, everybody prison fresh, got their button ups and they creased up prison pants like it's some females in here. Ain't no damn females in here. Everybody's getting clean but that's just how it is in prison. So, time to make commissary. So, my homeboy Pat, he come through the door with his big old sack. He gonna cash out however much. I can't remember what was the limit. What was the $60, $80, $100? I can't remember. However much every week, my homeboy gonna come with that big old sack full of stuff. And BDfolks, he waiting on him. BDfolks standing by the door waiting on him. And then he like, bro, you got my homeboy like, yeah, I'm about to, let me go to the wreck. And so BDfolks, he's so crazy, he make a scene like, nah, I need my shit right now. That's just how he is. I'm like, oh, here we go. So me and Wap and the rest of the homeboy, we waiting to just see what he gonna do. Cause if he raise up and try to hold up for himself, we gonna come to his aid. We either gonna break it up or all is gonna get on BD4 ass. That's how it's gonna go. So I'm like, here you go. So he making a loud commotion, and most of the time, a GD or a BD or a BGD, when they in their zone, they gonna fold their arms up, and then now you got all the rest of the. Now let me say this, commercial break. GDs and BDs really don't get along in prison, and it's a backstory as to why, because there was a lot of converting going on. Like it all started the same year that I went to prison. So BDs and GDs really don't get along. BDs can rock with the Stones if they want to, or they can rock with the GDs if they want to. And that's prison politics. But in this particular case, like I said, BDfolks, he act like a gangster anyway. So the gangsters, they rocking with him. So they all, what up, folks? What up, BDfolks? What up, BDfolks? And he stated, man, I need my shit right now. I see my homeboy was like, man, I'm taking it to the rack. He got scared now. So I'm like, oh man, he gonna fold up. So BDfolks like, man, forget that. He just snatched the whole bag out of his hand, walking to his rack. And he look over at me smiling. I just shook my head like, man, this dude right here, bro. This dude right here, man. And he like, yeah, I took that. He looking at him, you ain't gonna do nothing about it. He looking at my homeboy, you ain't gonna do nothing about it. My homeboy got a sad look on his face. I'm talking about looking like a sad puppy. And before this even happened, I had, you know, me and Watt, we were trying to school my homeboy, like on the prison politics, the do's and don'ts in prison. Like, you know, don't be too friendly. Don't show too much love. You know, especially if you ain't gonna hold up for yourself. So we had been trying to put up on game, like stay away from these type of people. Stay away and don't get nothing on the front if you know you ain't gonna hold up for yourself. But he, you know, he ain't listen. Hard-headed. Now he's sad, looking like a puppy. But one thing my homeboy didn't do no more. I guess he learned his lesson. He learned his lesson. I mean, after a day or so, you know, he came back around and, you know, he started back talking, but you could tell everything changed. Like, now everybody know you weak. I don't know. Now everybody know you weak. They done seen this man just take the bag from you, take the sack from you, and you ain't do nothing. Like, you ain't even cuss him out. Like, you ain't even point your finger at him, and you ain't do nothing. So everybody looking at you like you're weak now. So shoot, it's gonna. I don't know. After this incident, I ended up getting sick. I told that no. I got a story about my homeboy Watt that I'm gonna drop today. I ended up getting sick, so I don't really know what happened to him after that. But when I got out, you know, we linked back up. I got out, and we, you know, my homeboy, when I got out of prison, my homeboy he became one of my customers. Now, I used to buy weed from him when I was growing up, but now I got the sack, I got the work. So now he one of my customers. You know, when I first came home and I got in the street, he became one of my customers. So I don't know if he had any more altercations, but I wanted to tell that story, you know, for you guys that's in prison, and you know you ain't, like, well, it's best to stay out of trouble so you won't even have to go to prison. But for the guys in prison, man, you know you ain't built like that. You know you ain't gonna fight. Man, don't get nothing on front. Especially if he could have paid the man and been done with then. He could have paid the man and been done with then, but you know, he don't know the type of games that guys in prison play. But anyway, my homeboy, he stopped making stuff after that. He was just that scared. He started going he started going to the chow hall to eat the nasty food. He was just that scared. Now, what probably happened was, like I said, I ended up leaving. And over time, you know, over time, things gonna change. Whether he left and went to another zone or another prison, or some of the guys on the zone, they either left or went to the hole. Like, things gonna change. So it probably became a time where he started making commissary when BDfolks got out of the way. You know what I mean? BDfolks scared the shit out of my homeboy. But y'all stay out of trouble. Until the next video, peace.